This is like my third time trying to film just the intro to this video. Hola, buenas tardes. Si eres nuevo aquí, me llamo Lucy. Si no lo eres, bienvenida de nuevo a mi canal de YouTube channel. That means, I think if I got it right, good afternoon. If you're new here, my name is Lucy. If you're not, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is for my writers, my screenwriters, author, anybody who just truly enjoys writing. This video is for you. But before we get started, let's get into my drink of choice today. It is Mango Passion Minute Maid and kombucha. Really good. Add a little bit of club soda to this. It's kind of like a healthy soda, and I just want to share that with you guys. Either way, so today we're talking about my $0 writing investment versus my $50, $100, $250. How much it cost me to actually write my book. This is not counting cover art, editing, any other programs I used. This is just simply getting the manuscript done and how much I spent. And I think we'll be in for a surprise that you can actually get this done for free if you know how to finesse your resources a little bit. Let's do our paid resources and get those straight out the way. I've only used one thing. I've only paid for one thing throughout my entire process writing my manuscripts, and that is Dabble Writer. Dabble Writer, this is not sponsored by the way, is the best thing I've ever discovered for myself. You've heard of other programs like Scrivener, Obsidian for more fantasy writers, and Dabble I feel like was a good medium. Scrivener is a program that you can buy, and once you buy it, you own it. Dabble offers that, a lifetime subscription, or you could do a monthly subscription. I don't have enough money right now to full out pay for a lifetime subscription, so I've been doing a monthly subscription. Now, Dabble also has a free version. I had the free version at first and upgraded to the paid version because I wanted to co-author with my little brother, and I had a few more amenities like Dabble Premium workshops and a community that came with the premium subscription, and we will get more into that. Dabble also offers a student discount, which I was able to use, which takes off about $10 a month for me with my current subscription, so it has been really good and worth it. With that, Dabble, my subscription is $20.30 a month. Not bad. I consider that about $5.05 a week, and it is definitely worth it for me to organize my book by chapter, rename chapters. It has icons to organize your thoughts, has notes, sections for characters. Everything that you might need for a, like, say, regular fiction novel. I'm writing a contemporary college romance. I feel like Dabble was better suited for that. On top of that, Dabble Premium also comes with workshops. So I will watch the workshops every time they're uploaded. They have them live, I think every Tuesday or so. Don't quote me on that. But they also record them and upload them into the Dabble Premium Dabble Cafe. So Dabble Cafe, you get access to them with the Dabble Premium subscription, and it comes with so many resources. There's just blog writing and just boards with other authors that use Dabble Premium. And workshops, of course, you can drop in there and ask questions, promote your book. They will share Curie list. So it is definitely worth it, I think, for $20.30 a month to get all of that. I've watched the workshop for the website building and used that to understand how to make my author website. I've used it for editing. I've watched the workshops for character building, for grammar. Those are workshops that you, just having those resources and being able to hear from other industry professionals or other people, even debut authors and authors that have written 50 books are all in here in Dabble, has been really, really helpful for my writing process, and also not feeling so alone and having that community. So I think that paying about $20 a month for that community on top of being able to write my manuscript and co-author is definitely worth it. And in Dabble too, you can also export your manuscript either to Microsoft Word, to Google Docs, a PDF, and do that for safekeeping. I personally have my manuscript on an external SD drive, which I would consider kind of in my cost. I use it for content creation and to keep up with my manuscripts and other documents for my book, and that was about $100. So if you include that in the cost, is not necessary if you're just doing a book. It was necessary for me because I have a lot of videos, a lot of pictures that needed to be offloaded off my phone, off my computer, and somewhere else to make space for more videos and more books. Whew, that was a lot. That's done with the paid things. This is everything I managed to do for free, and we're going to discuss how you can pay for it, but I am not paying for it, or I might pay for it in the future, but currently I'm not paying for it. One of those is Google Docs for grammar/typos. You can insert your full manuscript when you're done with the first round, second round, even third round of edits, when really all you want to do is catch grammar mistakes and typos into Grammarly. There's other websites where you can do that. I personally have it in Google Docs right now. I might put it into Grammarly, I might not. Who knows? It depends on how many I catch after Google Docs, and I feel like it's not good, but Google Docs is free. I have a Gmail account, and that's what I am using to check for grammar and typos now that my book is with my beta reader. So as they're reading it, I'm also catching on to grammar and typos as that's going on, just so we can all get it done at one time. 2, if you're here because you saw my videos on TikTok with my little brother or on Instagram, or if you only know me from YouTube, you may not know that my little brother is my editor. I do some more of that content on Instagram and TikTok, but yes, my little brother is my editor. I have paid him, but it's not mandatory. He's my little brother and he gets paid, and me being an awesome big sister, I just bought him wings and like a t-shirt the other day. We went on a little like shopping lunch date. He's a bill, okay? I'm a mother, no drama.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
But with that being said, yes, my little brother is my unofficial editor. He's 18 years old. He just finished his freshman year of college. So he's very much hit or miss in the way that he's busy. He has a life. Let him go enjoy my life and not sit here and focus on my book. But he's actually really, really good. Check out my TikTok or my Instagram for more of his advice. I do share a few of his videos because I want to share with other people. I don't know where he got the wisdom from, but he has it. A few of my videos that I've posted with him have been monetized on TikTok, and a few of my other videos without him. Either way, I use my TikTok monetization and I pay my siblings. So my sister is my unofficial agent and my little brother is my unofficial editor. And I will just pay them 10% or whatever TikTok monetization is for that month, and they get it. 1 month it was $50. I made over $500 that month. 1 month it was $2 because I made less than $20 that month. Either way, I do pay them 10% of that, but they weren't asking for it. They weren't expecting it, but I do feel like I need to try to compensate them a little bit for how much they're helping me out with this book. 3 is editing on Kindle with a PDF. I just discovered this a couple of days ago, but you can put PDFs on your Kindle. If you don't know how, there's plenty of tutorials out there. I personally plugged in a USB-C to USB-C cord into my computer. It's an iMac, plugged it into my Kindle, and literally had the PDF of the latest draft of my book and just shifted over there, just moved it. It's super easy. You don't have to really get those apps and stuff like that. But yes, so I put it on my Kindle. Either way, it's super easy to get a PDF onto your Kindle or your e-reader if you have one. And here is my Kindle. I don't know if you can see those tiny markings that I have. This is my book manuscript. I will say the font is kind of small for my Kindle, so I might be going in and making the font bigger because my font is usually really big on my Kindle. I wear glasses, clearly. But I wanted to put on my manuscript, and I just feel like I want to save the trees, but I knew I need to look at it somewhere else besides my computer or my laptop because I felt like my brain wasn't catching on to a lot of my mistakes because I was kind of looking at the same screen. Look at it with a different set of eyes. Look at it with a different screen. So put it onto my Kindle, and I use it to mark it up. And of course, on Kindles and e-readers, you have a section where you can look at all of your notes. Oh yes, you have a section where you can look up all your notes. So I can go back through my Kindle and go on my manuscript in my computer or my laptop and make the mistakes. But I feel like that's really helping in catching those mistakes because I'm looking at it on a different screen and it feels like I'm reading a book. And I can kind of get into the mindset that this is not my book. And so fixing even things outside of grammar and typos, like sentence structure and character introductions. This first chapter, I was like, who wrote this? Couldn't have been me. And it's just nice to be able to carry on my book on my Kindle. It's making it a little bit more real. I think last year in July, August, September, I posted a TikTok like, I can't believe in a year I'm going to be reading my own book on my Kindle. And I thought I was lying to myself. When I got my Kindle last July, I was like, in a year, I should have my book on a Kindle. And the release date I'm planning is June 30th. So it's going to be there. That's kind of like I know I said it, but I didn't expect it to happen. And I worked really hard to make it happen, worked tireless nights and pumping things out. So I'm not surprised, but still that's crazy that it's on the Kindle. Manifestation, the power of the tongue. You just got to say it out loud and keep saying it out loud and know what happened. Okay. I feel like, not to go on a tangent, but I feel like the more you say things out loud, the more it's going to happen because you keep saying it out loud. You're reminding yourself that this is something that you want to do and even telling other people. Next is Dabble workshops with the premium subscription. I already hit on this, but technically they're free with the premium subscription. So that is a free resource that I am using just for professional advice, workshops, writing, just being a better writer and learning stuff and learning stuff also for an author business. That is another thing about self-publishing is you are becoming a business. You are selling a product. You have to know your taxes. You have to know products. ISBNs are like product barcodes, selling, fulfillments. Okay, it's one thing to write the book. It's one thing to print copies. And it's one thing to put it in Ingram Spark and Amazon and have people buy the books themselves and have those platforms and programs send them out. It's another for people to tell you they want signed copies, and now you're figuring out how to start a Kickstarter campaign to give people signed copies and then fulfilling orders of signed copies. Guess who's starting a Kickstarter campaign? That was a little, premature. It might be out by the time I post this video. So if it is, the link will be down below in the description box. But yes, so Dabble Premium Workshops just offer a lot more outside of just simply writing a book, but becoming the business, getting your book out there, marketing the book that you might not get in other places. Next is Notion for author business. I use the free version of Notion. This is something I might pay for because I want a few more charts, but that's besides the point. I currently have the free version of Notion, and my entire life is in Notion, by the way, okay? Check out my Notion tour. It's my brain on Notion. If someone got access to my Notion, they could not only ruin my life, but I think completely take it over. They will have the entire blueprint to become me. But Notion for author business is a great resource for staying organized, and I will do a video on how I'm using Notion specifically for author business and keeping track of everything for my book on top of cover art, beta reader, NDAs, tracking my advanced readers and tracking my beta readers, tracking just my regular notes, brain dumps, planning out content for my book, my cover art, my book blur, my book media sheet. Everything is in Notion, but I use the free version for everything for my book, and Notion for my author business. Finally, the Holy Grail, YouTube University. People ask me all the time, how do you know how to do this? And I didn't know this, I didn't know that. I didn't know either. If you watch my videos from the past couple of months, you know that we're learning together. I learn a new thing every single day, and I have to thank YouTube University. I will tag a few creators down in my description box that have really helped me. One of them is Brittany, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she does young adult, I think, fantasy novels like the Stolen Kingdom and the Queen's Rise. Honestly, if I didn't find her, I don't think I would have had the confidence to self-publish. She is amazing, and she also is the type of person that is we're learning this together, and let me just try this out and see. And she posts videos about it, and it really just makes you comfortable in saying hey, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect, because at the end of the day, remember, people are asking for the book, okay? Cover art, merch, and pins and stickers and signed copies and book events, that's all extra, okay? That's something I really want to do. I'm interested in. That's the goal. But they're asking for the book, and I feel like her content keeps me grounded and remembering, tie it back to the book. It's all about the book. It's all about the story and getting the story out there that you want to tell. But YouTube University, for research, I learned how to use a website to make a campus map on YouTube University for my book. I'm looking up Spotify playlists, looking up inspiration. I will sit there and just look up Write With Me videos, and somebody will have a 2-hour video uploaded, and we're writing together just to sometimes get it done. But YouTube is free. I don't have, is it YouTube Premium, YouTube Music? I don't know. They have, everything's a subscription nowadays, which is, we could talk about an hour-long video about ownership nowadays, but I have free YouTube, and I've never really, that's it. A few blogs here or there, but usually blogs that I find from creators on YouTube or even TikTok. I usually use a little bit of TikTok and Instagram. This one creator, Gina, she does offer some really, really good advice. There's a few, I think in the writing space, you have to understand that, especially if you're young like me, a lot of the professional advice you're going to get is older people. They lived a life. Writing is one of those things I truly feel like it's a craft, it's a practice. You're always going to be getting better at it. So most of the advice and stuff you're going to get is not going to be from people like me or the good professional, wise advice. I can sit here and tell you what I did, but I'm still learning. In a year from now, I might look back on this and be like, I should not have done that. Either way, not to sell myself short, but when you're looking for writing advice or writing research, understand some of the creators and some of the people, industry professionals you will be seeing are going to be a lot older. Don't get intimidated, but they've been doing this for a long time. It is a practice. Think about doctors who have been doing it for 5 years versus 15, how they're just going to be better and know those little ins and outs. Someone who's been cooking for so long, you kind of know those little tips and tricks. And doing that and understanding that on my YouTube University search was really helpful. That is it. So my paid resources I use is Dabble Premium. Dabble can also be free. Other than that, Everything else was free. Google Docs, my little brother editor, editing on Kindle with a PDF, my Dabble workshop, Notion for author business, and YouTube for research. Now, these things that are free, you can pay for an editor. I thought about paying for a line editor. I still might just pay for another editor. Some people pay their beta readers. I was lucky and fortunate enough, and disclaimer for this entire video, I was lucky and fortunate enough to have a really good support system that I did not have to pay out of pocket for a lot of the things that you would pay for a book or with traditional publishing, or that a traditional publisher would be able to cover. And that is something that it's unique to everybody, and you have to understand yourself and the community around you and how you can utilize it and not be scared to ask for help. I think I was not scared to reach out and ask for help. My beta readers, a lot of them offered, but at the end of the day, I had to go in and physically ask, like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Okay. And then organize it, send them the manuscript, thank them again, make sure we had an agreement, put them in the acknowledgments, gather their addresses to send them a copy of the book. Be willing to give away a free copy of my book. But that would have happened without a support system and without people being truly genuine and truly interested and invested in this novel. And so a lot of it just came from people truly believing in me and knowing that probably like, hey, yeah, like for right now, I'll do it for free, but you're going to make it big. So just remember this when you make it big. I'm like, I got you, which is so nice. It's so nice. I could go on for a tangent about that. But yes, a lot of the stuff is because I have a support system. So my little brother editor, you can pay an editor, you can pay a line editor. Editing on Kindle or PDF, I think Grammarly has paid subscription services that you can use, or maybe for free. I'm not sure. I need to look into that. But I know there's something out there you can pay for it. Even formatting, you can format it yourself. Or I think most of the good formatting platforms are paid. I haven't started formatting yet, so I don't know how much it's going to cost. If I'm going to pay for it, I don't think I'm going to be able to format for free based off my research so far. But we'll update that in another video. And yeah, Dabble, you can do it for free or you can pay for premium. I really encourage using premium. When you're starting out, at least, you don't have to keep the premium subscription. You can always change back to free once you kind of get what you need. But it was nice to have that community of people. And Notion for author business, you can do it for free. Or if you want the extras, pay for Notion. And YouTube for research, I don't really see a need to pay extra, but some of the authors and writers I do follow have Patreons, and they have paid Notion templates and other things that you can buy on top of just supporting and watching the YouTube channel for free. But that's about it. That is my $0 versus my, how many months I've been paying for Dabble? $20.30 a month investment in my writing. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more writing content, self-publishing, a little bit of lifestyle, but we're definitely leaning into our writing and our author era right now, because the book, we have a month and 8 days until my planned release date. So that's kind of scary because I feel like nothing is done still. And I feel like we have a year's worth of things to do in a month. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and happy writing. Have a good day. Buenas tardes. And hasta luego.